I love a brekkie scone, and I'm going to give my classic recipe a twist by using blueberries in it. I love it because it gives it a pop of colour and a pop of sweetness. This ratio is super easy to remember. It's 3 to 1 to 1. So 3 cups of self-raising flour to 1 cup of lemonade. That's not only going to give the sweetness, but it's also going to give it a little bit of a lift. So I'll make a well in the centre. I've also sifted my flour, so in that goes, to 1 cup of thickened cream. So I'll measure that cream out and then add that to our mixture. You have to be really delicate when you mix this, because the key to good scones is not to overwork the gluten in the flour. And then when it starts to come together, I'll add a pinch of salt. And to give these a little more of a point of difference, some nutmeg. So I've just ground that nutmeg, just a small pinch, because I know nutmeg goes so nicely with blueberries. Some extra flour just onto my board, just so it doesn't stick. And then we'll scrape all of this mixture out onto the surface. Now I'm going to roll this out so it's 3 centimetres thick, just roughly. And then using a cookie cutter, and you can see this one has a rippled edge, but you can use a classic round one too. I'm going to just place that into the flour, and then we can start cutting out our beautiful scones. So once you've done one, just carefully lift it up and place it on a greased tray. And then I'll continue this process, and every time I cut one of the scones, you just want the edges to touch. Now I'm just going to brush it with a little bit of milk so they go nice and golden on the top, and these take about 10 to 12 minutes in the oven at 200 degrees. These smell fantastic. I can smell the berries. They've almost transformed into a little jam themselves, and I love how they just bleed out of these gorgeous scones. And this is the best part, pulling the scones away, opening them up. It's only appropriate for me to use some blueberry jam on both sides and a very healthy dollop of cream on top. You know what? These took 5 to 10 minutes to whip up and then 12 minutes to cook. That is a perfect brekkie scone, morning tea or even afternoon tea. Oh, that is a delightful scone.